This video is sponsored by Poshmark. Download Poshmark using the link in my description to shop from my closet or your own favorite brands. Okay, so my sister and I went thrifting again this weekend, and I wanted to take you guys along and share with you some of my thrifting tips. Hopefully they'll be helpful to you. So my first tip is to go early, and right out of the gate, this isn't always the case because thrift stores re-merchandise and bring out new things all day long, but I'm including this tip because honestly, I haven't been thrifting as much as I used to recently, but my last 2 times that I went with my sister and we went early and we both ended up finding really great pieces. My second tip is that if something interests you even a little bit, put it in your cart. So I'm not saying that you should buy everything that remotely interests you at all, but I think it's helpful to do a sweep of the store once or twice, depending on what you're looking for. Put that stuff in your cart, and then when you're done, you can spend the time trying things on and deciding if they're things that you're going to want to buy or not. On this day, I was specifically looking for accessories like shoes, bags, and belts, so I went straight to those sections at 9 a.m. and grabbed pretty much everything that caught my eye. And I think this really paid off for me because I don't know about you, but when I'm thrifting, I'm always sort of scared to see people there that have similar style to me because I know that they're probably going to be getting the good stuff that I potentially want. And that was the case on this day, but I was able to snag some really beautiful vintage pieces because I just went straight to the section I was looking for early at 9 a.m. and I picked the things that I was interested in, and then I was able to relax later and try things on and talk to my sister about them and really decide. For example, look at this beautiful handmade vintage bag. This was the score of the century for me. I love this thing. It's probably from the 70s. I think it was handmade. My third tip is don't buy things just because they're cheap. This is huge, you guys. It can be so tempting to just buy things because they're inexpensive at the thrift store, or maybe it's like half off day, but don't do it. Thrift stores are a great way to keep your environmental footprint low when you're shopping because you're buying things that are already in the waste stream instead of using your dollars to buy new pieces. But it can still be wasteful if you overbuy, and obviously it's not great for your budget either. I like to have a general wish list on my phone for pieces that I'm looking for, but oftentimes I find really amazing pieces when I thrift that aren't on my list. In those situations, I just think really critically before I purchase, and I ask myself things like, how often will I really reach for this piece? How will it work with the items that I already have in my wardrobe? And do I have the space to store it, and am I willing to give up my, minimal space in my closet for this piece? So those are the things that I generally ask myself, and I find that after asking myself, I can really get a gauge on whether or not the piece is worth it for me. And in this case, I did find quite a lot of pieces that I was looking for, in addition to some pieces that I just couldn't pass up. So here's what I ended up getting. The first thing that I couldn't believe that I found, because it was actually on my phone wish list, were a pair of wooden clogs. So I've been looking for these for a while because I've been really loving the sort of like thick socks and clogs look. They're not vintage. I think they were from Nordstrom originally, but they feel like they're really well made and they fit me perfectly. So like I said, I was looking for shoes on this trip, and I did find these really cute pair of little yellow heels that I think will be perfect for holiday. I was looking for shoes like this because when I was going through my closet recently, I realized that I don't have any like dressy shoes, and I just wear my Birkenstocks all the time, and I'm trying to change that. So I thought these would be really cute for holiday, for Christmas, and it doesn't get very cold in California, so I know that even in the winter I'll be able to wear these occasionally, and I think they were really cute, and I love the color. The last pair of shoes that I picked up on this trip were a holy grail item that I've been looking for forever. I actually didn't find them at this thrift store that I'm filming at, but I found them at a different thrift store, and they are this pair of brand new Everlane Day Glove flats, and I've been looking for these secondhand for months, you guys. I could not believe that I found them. They're brand new, but again, I am comfortable with buying them because I'm buying them secondhand. But that just goes to show you that you really can find so many great things secondhand, sometimes things that are brand new, because there's just so many pieces that have already been created that are in the waste stream already. So definitely shop secondhand before buying new. Up next, I'm gonna share the bags that I found. So like I said earlier in the video, I found this beautiful vintage, I think handmade little macrame bag. I love the little wooden detail on the front. It was also just really easy for me to clean. Obviously, if something is like smelly or visibly dirty or gross, I'm not gonna buy that at a thrift store. That's just personal preference, but I could tell that this piece was in really good condition along with the other pieces that I bought also. But I do just like to clean it up a little bit after bringing it home from the thrift store. So I have a solution that I make that I'll leave in the description below for you. It's just some alcohol, water, essential oils, and I find that it really does the job to just sort of get things clean when I bring them home. The last purse that I found was this incredible vintage sort of like backpack style bag. It is in pristine condition, which is so interesting to me. I just like want to know where it's from and who it belonged to, but it's in pristine condition. It looks like it hasn't even been used on the inside, so it probably wasn't used that often. But again, I just love the colors in this bag. These sort of red tones are just my absolute favorite for accessories. I think it's so pretty, and I love sort of the detail of the strap and the fact that it's definitely vintage. So I just couldn't believe that I found these two amazing vintage bags on this trip, and I know I'll get a lot of use out of both of them. And then the last thing that I got on this little trip was this little tinsel Christmas tree, which isn't vintage, but it's honestly something I've been looking for a while, and I think it would be really cute to put little vintage glass ornaments on it. So I think I'm gonna do that this year, but I was definitely excited to find that one at the thrift store too. So that was my little thrift haul. I really hope you guys enjoy this type of like vloggy video. It's hard for me to actually film and talk to the camera in the thrift store because they play copyrighted music so loud, and it's just not good for anyone, I feel like, and my videos would get flagged for that. So I hope you don't mind that I'm doing this like voiceover thing, but it's definitely fun to share these little trips with you. Let me know in the comments below what you found recently at the thrift store, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Thank you so much to Poshmark for sponsoring this video. Poshmark is an app that you can use to clean out your closet and make some extra cash in the process. I really love this app because it makes it really easy for me to find specific styles and brands and sizes that I'm looking for quickly. Download Poshmark using the link in my description box to shop from my closet or from your own favorite brands.